Hey folks, in this video I'm going to do a bit of an unboxing and demonstration of this Fast Lane set. This is the on-the-go pit stop playset, and probably a lot of people may not have seen this or even be aware of its existence. I bought this in 2025. And the reason why I say that is just because the place that I bought it, which is in the United States, I bought this at a Toys R Us store, believe it or not. There are certainly not many of those around, but the one that I bought this from is the store at the Mall of America. That is actually a Toys R Us store. It's nothing like the Toys R Us that we used to have in the United States before they all closed several years ago. It's nothing nearly as good as those were, but it is nevertheless a Toys R Us branded store, and therefore they have these Fast Lane toys, which were always a Toys R Us exclusive, at least I'm pretty sure. And, I suppose the best, closest thing for people in the United States to get to a Toys R Us store would be to go up to Canada, because they still have them there as they were back in the day. I don't think they've changed a whole lot up there. But anyway, that's a bit of an aside, but that's where I got this from. Of course, they still have the Toys R Us stores, at least as of the time of making this video, in the Macy's stores around the United States as well. Those little tiny little Toys R Us sections within those Macy's stores. But anyways, the on-the-go pit stop playset, this is an interesting one, and it looks pretty cool to me. Basically, it's a giant tire-shaped thing that unfolds into a playset, and at least from the pictures, I like the way that it looks. You've got just a lot of different things to do with your cars. I love these kind of sets. You've got a big elevator in the middle here, and then two spiraling ramps that come down to each section here. And I'll maybe show you just kind of around the box here. It actually looks like it has the instructions, or at least part of the instructions. This might be the whole thing, right on the bottom of the box here, which is interesting. So it does look like on each side there's a few different features too, which is good. So a little bit of variety there. Yeah, you can maybe see that on the back here. And yeah, it's got like a turntable maybe on this side, and then the other side it looked like it had a few different buildings and things, so just a little bit of variation. But yeah, I'm guessing there may not be an instruction manual inside, just the sticker sheet. We're gonna find out. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. But anyways, that was a look at the packaging. So let's see, I gotta figure out what the best way to open this is, and then we will get inside and open it up and see what's in there. Alright, so a quick look around at this as it's kind of all folded up. It does have a carry handle on the top, which is pretty nice. But otherwise, there's just a basic look at it. It looks like you're supposed to kind of open it by going inside here and just kind of pushing these sections out, it looks like. So there we go with that. And then inside here, well, we've got a sticker sheet. And actually there is some sort of an instruction manual. I was thinking there may not have been one, but as it turns out there is one, that will be nicer to use. List of the parts and where you put the stickers, it looks like. So that's actually nice that they included that. Kind of surprising they would have these same instructions on the box if they were also going to include that, but it looks like a lot of stickers that I'm going to have to put on. So well, that'll be sort of fun, but also kind of tedious. So, well, that's just going to be part of this, I guess. We've got, look at all these little parts, too. Oh, my goodness. So, let's open these up. All kinds of little signs and kind of little, basically roadblock type things. Lots of little pieces here, actually. And then I did not know how many cars were actually going to be included in this, but it looks like we've got basically 5. see here. We've got one helicopter. Kind of funny looking, actually. But it's got 3 wheels on the bottom, but that's kind of funny looking. To have wheels instead of just the stands, I guess. That's, I don't know. It just looks kind of funny to me. But anyway, we've got propellers that it doesn't look like they really lock in place very easily. Maybe I'm just not doing it right, but I don't know. Maybe they do. I don't know. But I'm not going to get too deep into that. But let's take a look at the helicopter. There it is. And we've got some other cars as well. And very cheap feeling cars. These are, yeah, very, very cheap, which isn't too big of a surprise, but they're actually, I don't know, they're very, very cheap feeling cars. I feel like the fast lane cars in the past were a bit better than this, but I don't know, I could be misremembering, but these are basically the cheapest of the cheap type of cars that you could get for these die-cast things. So then in here we've got, looks like a little building piece, and let's see, I'm going to have to turn this around. We've got some ramps in here. So it's actually going to be kind of tight to put this back together inside the box, it looks like. And in here we've got another building piece. And in here we've got something else, which I'm not exactly sure what this is for. Actually, this might be, this probably goes right inside here. So I think that is everything. So let me just kind of get set up here. Okay, so I got it all together, so let's just take a good look around at things. And assembly of this was, you know, kind of moderately tedious. It was okay. The stickers, so the reason why there was instructions on the back of the packaging and also included is, what was included in the packaging is where to put the pieces, and what was on the back of the box is where to put the stickers. Or the underside of the packaging, I should say. Interestingly, this sticker right here was already on this building, so there was a duplicate sticker on the sticker sheet for that, but all the rest of them, you know, I had to put on all the different pieces. But let's just take a look at everything. So we've got the helicopter sitting on the helipad right here on top of that building, so I think that's where that will stay. And yeah, here's a look at basically 2 sides. It's a 2-sided set, and actually, I think that these 2 sides are actually reversed. They should be the other way, because you'll notice over here that there's this ladder right here, which should be, you know, you should open and close that so you can actually drive into the elevator. But the elevator's on this side, so I think the sides are kind of reversed. But I'm not going to try and fix those or anything for the video. It's a very minor thing. But let's just drive the cars around and take a look at what we've got. This side is a little bit more basic. We've got the one building here, and then kind of you can just drive around here like this. These pieces are solid, but some of these other pieces I kind of just placed kind of at random around. But you can drive into here and onto the elevator right there. So let's just lift that up. It just lifts up like this. And it does stop at the floors, so you can pull a car in there and park it there. It's actually pretty smooth. I really like it. Let's drive another car on here. And maybe bring this one up to the top. Yeah, it's actually a very smooth elevator. And it does have little stoppers for each floor. So I'm actually pretty impressed with that. And the other cool thing, too, is it's kind of a double-decker elevator. You know, it has this sticker that says you shouldn't put a car here. Well, you can if you want. Watch me break the rules. It works just fine. So there's that. But then to show you the spiral ramps, you've got these little gates. We'll have to open this one up. We'll leave the bottom one closed. And so the car stops there. But now what happens if we open it? Let's see, I'm going to drive this car in here. And let's see. I'll bring this one up to the 2nd floor and park it there. Let's see, we'll stop it there. This is kind of hard to do one-handed, so apologies if the camera work is not perfect here. We'll bring this one all the way up to the top, and we're just going to send this one all the way down. Let's see here. So there we go. That was pretty neat. Maybe one more time. So that actually works pretty neat, pretty well. It's this is a pretty steep drop here, which is kind of weird. I don't know if I really like that, but the car, you know, once it drops down here, it goes down and, you know, it's pretty smooth. So that's pretty cool. And then let's see, what I'm going to do is take the yellow car, we'll drive it up here, and now we have an opening to get to the other side here. So now we actually can use this ladder. Let's see. I don't know if maybe I did this in the reverse way. Let's see, I can't get this to lift up very well. So I wonder if I actually assembled this ladder the wrong way. Let me just take a second and adjust this. Yep, indeed, I assembled the ladder the wrong way, but now it's correct. So let's see, we can drive the car through here and into this little playing area. And in here, well, we've got this rotating little wheel here. You can put the car on there. That's pretty good. And otherwise, you're just, you know, kind of driving around here wherever you can. This one's got a couple parking places on each side here, which is cool. You know, the other side had little bushes over there. But what I'm going to do is send the elevator down here, and since I'm on this side, you guys can't see it, but I'm going to drive the green car into here, bring it to the top, and we will try the ramp on this side here, first with the gate open, or closed, and then we'll open the gate up. And actually, this side doesn't work super well because every time the car comes down, it's going to run right into this the spinning wheel here. So that is what it is. It'll just kind of stop here. Sometimes it'll land nicely, sometimes it won't, because it's basically just crashing down. So, but anyways, there's a look at that. So yeah, that basically kind of shows you all the features of this set. Like I said, everything works as advertised, so I really don't have a lot to complain about that. I don't like the steepness of these ramps, I guess, but, you know, it's otherwise, it definitely meets my expectations and even kind of exceeds them just a little bit. You know, so the things I don't like are that some of these pieces are, you know, especially the cars, but, you know, just kind of cheap feeling a little bit. But the actual playset itself, you know, all the features work as advertised, and that is a great thing. I'm especially impressed by the elevator. I'm very judgmental about elevators on these car playsets, and this one is very smooth. So that is great. And yeah, again, just a look through the whole set here. Now that I've kind of shown you the features, I like it. It's and the price of this was $25 plus tax, of course, here in the United States. And I think the price was pretty fair. So yeah, not too bad. Now I'm going to try and go ahead and close this. I think I'm going to have to disassemble everything in order to close this, but we'll find out here. So stay tuned for that. Okay, folks, so there is the set folded up, actually, and that was not too bad to figure out how to put everything in there, and everything fits in there just fine. I guess the only thing I don't really like particularly is that these sides are open on each side. The reason I don't like that is because, well, you know, pieces could, in theory, fall out if you're moving, you know, transporting this. But I kind of put everything in there closer to the bottom as much as I could so that, you know, everything would be contained below this open area. But with all that said, this is definitely a very portable set, I gotta say, and the features in it and the quality of it are good enough to justify the price, I thought. So there it was, the Fast Lane on-the-go pit stop playset. I like it, generally speaking. You know, most of this I like, so very cool little set. So there you have it. And I would say the durability of the plastic, you know, that on the thing as a whole, on the outside especially, this is pretty good quality. It's you know, it's nice and thick and sturdy. So, you know, some of the pieces included are rather cheap, especially those cars, but you know, the general durability of the playset is, you know, generally pretty good. So anyways, there it was. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.